Hey guys, welcome to LoveCast, the Boys Love podcast, where we talk about everything related to boys love. I'm your host, Kayla, and with me are my co-hosts, Pixie and Alexa.
Hey.
Hello.
So today is really exciting. I know that we are all big fans of our guest, and he really doesn't need much of an introduction. So from the Filipino BL Gaya Sa Pelikula, we have Paolo Pangilinan.
Yay.
Hello, hi everyone. Love BL podcast. It's nice to see you here, Kayla. That was such a nice introduction. Alexa, thank you. Shout out to Heather. She's the one who's been coordinated behind the scenes. Yes. So I'm very happy to be here. And thank you very much for being so gracious to invite me. So.
Yeah, we're so excited.
We're so excited.
Me too.
We've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yes.
That's nice to hear. And I'm happy if I have time to talk to fans from overseas of BL. So it might be my last.
Well, if it is, then we are very honored.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah, so we are going to get into some introduction questions. But first, I want to know what you've been up to recently. I think you're still in school right now.
Well, yeah, you mentioned school. That's about it. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm actually studying to become a doctor. I'm in my third year, so I have like subjects for the year. So of course, it's kind of a bit overwhelming on that side, but still taking some gigs here and there. I'm very happy that I'm going to be part of like a local drag show, hopefully in the Philippines.
Ooh.
I'm trying out drag for the first time for a YouTube video. So yeah, and
cool.
Just basically me adapting to conversations at the time. So last year there were so many BL series in the Philippines that were produced, and now there's a demand for drag. So I'm happy to see where the conversation is going, and I'm trying to give my take on that conversation. So on the entertainment side, that's what I've been doing, mostly about drag, but I've been passionate about collaborating with Filipino designers in my posting. So I hope that I could show a little bit of that soon. And I'm going to be overseas. Hopefully then Paolo goes international soon. I'm going to be overseas sometime soon. So who knows? It might be in Australia. So
Heather's going to die.
You guys can have a meetup.
Still a lot of.
So I'm really interested in your mention of doing drag. What is like the drag scene like in the Philippines right now? Like, have people been able to perform a lot with COVID?
Not really with COVID, but a lot of people do those online shows. But it frustrates me how there isn't yet a platform for entertainers to be out there. I have problems. I don't think that Facebook is that much, because Facebook, you can't give tips while they're performing, and then Twitter, sometimes you don't know, it goes too fast, so people don't get to see the links for a long period of time. And then on Instagram, when you go on live, sometimes it gets pushed down because of stories, and then so yeah. It's a little bit sad that there still isn't a platform for performers per se, but drag performers here in the Philippines are still making do. They've been doing that drag for millennium. I mean, history of non-gender conformity is rich in the Philippines in pre-colonial times, even before Spanish, American, Japanese colonization. So I'm very excited for us to show what type of gender conformity and how we play with it. It's such an exciting thing to see, and I'm glad to be part of some of the shows, and I'd like to be part in all of the shows if they let me. So yeah, that's about it. And that's how I feel about it. I'm very excited about it. I think it's an important story to tell. I think that finally from BLs, which is like the tip of the iceberg, because all these cute guys, so it's palatable for everyone. Like it's so easy to jump on the train.
Right.
So yeah, I'm so happy to see it, and just excited. How about you? How's drag in Australia?
So we're kind of all over the place. So like me and Kayla are in America and Pixie's in Norway. So obviously we have like a pretty big.
That's why it's kind of still. That's why there's still daylight in your place. I was wondering.
Yeah, so we Heather is from Australia, so I can see why you got Australia. But yeah, we're kind of we're very multinational here, but obviously in America we have a pretty big drag scene. I've been like waiting. They started locally where I live doing like the drag brunches and stuff again, and I'm like dying to go to one. So I think my roommate and I are gonna try and go to one in the next couple months here, because that's something I've always wanted to do, but I've never been able to go to one before. So I think that's something we have planned. I'm really excited about it. But yeah, we have the drag scene here in America is pretty international, so it's really cool to see, I think.
Yeah, in Norway, it's more like if you're not really a part of the community, you don't see it. Norway has a real big problem with things that are not what they find as normal, and it's getting better, but it's there. People are very judgmental in Norway, so it's like even talking about BL, explaining that to my family or anyone is so hard, because you get that stare, just like that. What are you talking about? Stare, and it's just. But it
Norway?
Is getting better.
Are you from Oslo?
I live in a city called Sandnes. It's more down south.
Down south, yeah. It's a little bit. So they like normal in Norway.
Normal. But there is like
there.
a community. There is a community for drag and all of that, but it's just they stay in their
underground
own circle.
kind of,
So, but it's not that it's that underground either, but when they're doing stuff, it's people tend to ignore them if they're not a part of the community. And it's really bad. It's like hidden
homophobia.
The country is very hidden homophobic. Like they won't say that they're homophobic, but won't.
It's in like the actions and stuff. Yeah. America's not that much different, honestly.
But America is so big. Norway is tiny.
True. So speaking of explaining what BL is to your friends, what have you been watching any BLs recently, or which BLs have you seen?
In the Philippines, I've seen like a couple of episodes of almost everything. I've seen the first couple of episodes. But I particularly like Game Boys. Yeah, Game Boys. I like Game Boys. And in overseas, I'd seen together the basic ones, basically. Like from like everyone, someone from anywhere. So I've seen together. I've seen what else? Oh my god, I've seen Scam, if it counts as a BL.
Oh, Scam. Yeah. It's classic.
What else have I seen? But I've seen what do you call this? The Dark Blue Kiss because we copied it. We used it as a reference in Gaya Sa Pelikula.
Right.
And we did an underwater kissing scene that I don't think was filmed. So.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was from Dark Blue.
Right. They did have the underwater kiss. Yes.
Yeah. So basically together, but people might judge me for this, but I didn't get to finish it.
Judgment.
I don't seen like a couple. Like I've only seen the first two, at least the first three of the 2 seasons. So, but I hadn't seen the movie. They have a movie, right?
Yeah, I think it's been pushed back a lot because of COVID, but it's like finally supposed to be released this month. But honestly, we have a lot of people in the industry who come onto the podcast and like have never seen BL like outside of their own show. So I think even just having seen like a couple episodes of something is a lot more than a lot of people can say.
I get recommendations from everywhere. The most I'd gotten was I told Sunset about you.
Oh yeah, that's a popular
yeah,
one.
Our listeners know that we haven't seen that one yet because they put up like a paywall for it, and it's so expensive just to rent it. So it's sort of we've been boycotting it. It's not like we can't pay for it, but
it's a principle of the matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much out there. It's like impossible to keep up with all the recommendations that come in and everything like that.
Yeah. Like, guys, chill. I haven't seen any episode of anything on Netflix for like the longest time because I've been studying, I've been working, so I really can't give that level of commitment where you can't just stay for one episode if you watch anything.
Yeah.
You know, like,
if you start it, you have to finish it, so it's better to just not start it at all.
Honestly, that's how I feel about a lot of shows recently.
Yeah, same. And it's been so busy. Like Norway started opening up. It's like COVID never existed here. So like business has been going up and work has been really busy. So I've been struggling getting through any shows.
Well, I know that Gaya Sa Pelikula in general is a show that kind of like has its own place in all of our hearts. I know, Alexa, you have very strong feelings. You have very strong feelings.
Okay. Can I just say, I think it's so funny because when we started this podcast, Alexa hadn't seen Gaya Sa Pelikula yet, and we were talking every episode about it. Like, Alexa, sit down, watch it, you'll understand.
Yeah, there was like my homework for like a month straight to watch Gaya Sa Pelikula, and then I finally did, and I was like, I understand, and I immediately like but like got my younger sibling to watch it again with me, like via Zoom, and we were just like crying on Zoom together for like the last 3 episodes, and it's really funny because whenever I bring it up, they're like, I can't believe you ruined my life with the show, but like ruined it in the best way possible. So yeah, I was late to the game, but once I got on board, I was like, this show is everything. I love it so much. So yeah, it's been...
Yeah, the show really impacted me a lot. Like, I've consumed BL for a lot of years, and like I'm a straight like white female and know nothing, and seeing a show that sort of calls me out on the stuff I don't know kind of just hit me, and I just like I got so much from it. Like I needed that to understand why I was so afraid of talking about it, especially when I come from a society that sort of just hides from anything that is gay. It's like, it's been hard for me to kind of talk about stuff like that with people because I don't know, okay, is this okay to say? Is that okay to say? And just having them say like, okay, gay is not an insult. Just, like, it just, like, seriously, it shouldn't have, but it blew my mind.
Yeah.
So it gave me a lot of understanding, and I just for that, I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, what was the question? Getting into some questions now. We're going to kind of jump into the questions about acting and a bit more of GSP. So did you expect such a massive response to the show and your role as Karl in the show?
Well, by massive, I've been expecting like 5,000 views or something,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess it's 20 times. Like it's about 400 times more successful. I did the quick math. Hopefully, it's around the same figure. But that was at what I was expecting. Like 5,000 views, that'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
because BL wasn't in the mainstream then.
Mm-hmm.
And there were only one that there was only one uh, that was airing by the time that we were shooting, or was it Game Boys and Hello Stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I really was taken aback. I was surprised, and pleasantly so. But looking back, oh girl, was I not prepared for everything? Because I tried to respond to every single message that I got.
Yeah.
And the last day of shooting was the first day of medical school. So you can
Oh
imagine
my
while
God.
rolling, so while the first episodes were rolling, I'd been studying pathology, and while answering interviews, it was like pathology on half of the screen, and then answering interviews half of the
Oh
screen.
my
So
God.
it was so tough. I didn't expect that we would have these press conferences that had like 25 reporters,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would be trending every week. It was such an experience. It was a wild experience that I hadn't been really prepared for, but I was really pleasantly surprised. And now the fans that had stayed a year after
Yeah.
the episode of Gaya Sa Pelikula, it's the anniversary of like the 6th episode last week, right? So
Yeah.
it's been a year almost since the last episode aired, and there's still so many nice messages I see on Instagram, on Twitter, and those people that had been supporting me from then had been so sweet, had been so generous with their support, it had been so kind, genuinely, and had been honest with me, with things. So a lot of people who came out to me on Twitter, and then that they came out to their families, and watching my BL was like one of those reasons why they were
Wow.
why they came out. So it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Especially what I had planned in mind was to live life peacefully, like studying medicine, and then on my free time, probably just playing some games. But now my life has changed, and I'm so happy about that. And I'm maybe talking a little bit too much about it, but yeah, I'm just so grateful to have those fans who are now my friends. Who
Yeah.
hopefully I take care of them even more, and just return just a little bit of what they'd given me. Because yeah, the fans have been so amazing. Best things that have happened from the series.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even in just the small interactions that we've had with your fans and the Gaya Sa Pelikula fandom in general, they are so kind and so inviting. And when we said that we were having you on the podcast, so many people reached out to us and wanted to help work with us to promote it and everything like that. So, I mean, you can just see how much they like genuinely care for you, and they really do see you as a friend. So it's really cool to see being able to cultivate that relationship with, essentially people you met online and who are strangers before GSP. So it's really awesome. So talking about kind of your fans and stuff and that relationship you've cultivated with them, was there a particular moment that you realized how much of an international audience you guys had and how many fans from all over the world were watching the show and impacted by the show?
Well, it came early on when I realized that we had international fans, because it's like, this part is not safe for work, so you guys could cut it out. But the first fans that there were, or the first people that made Gaya Sa Pelikula happen and got those hashtags running, were like porn from overseas, because they thought that Gaya Sa Pelikula was like
That's
not
amazing.
safe for work. So you would see the hashtag of Gaya Sa Pelikula with them, just guys
like all
getting
these
it on.
NSF.
Yeah, like getting it on, because I thought they thought like Gaya Sa Pelikula was like gay a in
Yeah,
the film,
yeah.
so it could like translate to like gays in the film. So I don't know. But what it really means is like in the movies, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that was our first international fans. Some of them were like in Portuguese, some were in Spanish.
Yeah.
Then eventually, we got to see some fans that
Yeah.
posted photos of us well clothed,
Yeah.
covered up, doing wholesome stuff. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, there are a lot of Portuguese fans. I see still a lot of comments on my Instagram. I'm saying that I'm lindo, I'm beautiful, guapo, yeah. And sometimes I see some Thai fans saying that I'm narak again, or suai again, which means cute, and then yeah. So I do know that, but it was really when we had this interview with the YouTube reactors from the States, that I really realized that, oh my God, we have like so many people like watching this from overseas, and then even like a lot of my family members who are in the States and like called me and then like, what the hell? They didn't know that I was that I pursued acting, because because they knew that I was in school. So like, how the hell did I do it? So yeah, still there are some people who still, and from India, from Indonesia, and they're from everywhere, and I really appreciate it. And also Filipinos overseas. There are a lot of Filipinos overseas. So there are a lot of like Mama Lay, like and a lot of Tita Angel, you know, they message me a lot, and they turn into such nice friends who I would love to see someday, and would like to thank for, you know, all of the things that they've done for me, and Ian and the show. So yeah, I'd realized that Gaya Sa Pelikula has like while it's not like super huge, you know, like it's not, we're not like a Marvel film, you know, I'm not Tom Holland like, doing those stuff. It has such a committed following. It has like those that do see it, like those that watch it, care, and that means a lot to me. It means that they were profoundly affected by the work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because of how the story is and everything, I think it's gonna age really well. Like, it's gonna be there for a lot of years, for a lot of money, a lot of people, and a lot of people are gonna get a lot of out of it. So I think this is, it's not gonna stop anytime soon. All the following and the support.
Yeah,
thank you. But yeah, it's still crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So you had mentioned Ian briefly. So what was your first impression of him when you guys first met for the series?
Well, this question has been asked like 20 times already, and I'm trying to answer it in a very original way. So sometimes, like, I've been thinking of like saying that I don't like him. He looks like, I know, but then like Ian really is, in retrospect, Ian is exactly what you think of him when you meet him. It's such a sweet, kind, gentle soul. That's my first impression of him, and it hasn't changed since then. It's only been reinforced, and it's only been and the facets of it had just been revealed, but he's still the same person at the core, and I really appreciate that he had been from the whole entire cast crew. Ian had been the best supporter. He's been the most awesome friend, and he is the best person that I'd met from the cast, the crew, and you know, we're we're buddies. Also like Ate Yen Yen, the one who played Judith. We
Yes.
we still keep in touch. I still send her some behind the scenes of the things that I do. We hopefully would work more closely together in advocacies, because she's such a staunch supporter of so many worthwhile pursuits, and I hope I could help her, and you know, she helped me in like making a positive social impact.
I was just kind of gonna ask if you have had any chances lately to hang out with any of the cast or work with them on anything, but it seems like you kind of do have some plans to hopefully do so in the future.
Well, I'll be perfectly honest with you that right now I have some problems with like the production, and if you were not aware, I called out somebody. I called out somebody on Twitter, and she got to hear it. You know, and you know, it's been tough. You know, that like it's not the same behind the scenes. What we're trying to put out there, which is to make safer places, to make for people to write their own stories, to take control of their lives. So yeah, there's a huge frustration in that part for me, especially that I'm pursuing studies, and you know, like the scheduling and stuff. Something's been so yeah with Ian and Yen Yen, of course. I would very much love to work with them, but sometime in June, you know, I posted something online, and I think you guys could get a gist of what had happened. So but now I'm working on steps to and I'm happy that I'd been asked that question, because I'm now taking on the steps to like go about it more openly, so that people could understand what they're getting into, and that not only that, but also for like for it to act as deterrence for like people who have intentions that are different from what they tell. So to tell to the world. So was I a downer? I'm so sorry. You can cut it out if you want. But yeah, the intention still remains that I did GSP because I wanted to create safer spaces for my community. I wanted to address the gender disparities and opportunities in health, especially me in becoming a doctor. So with that in mind, whether it's GSP or not, I intend to pursue all of my projects with not just the same intensity and the same vigor, but even more so that now that I have a platform, that is partly because of GSP, but mostly because I am an advocate of my community, and I believe in creating safer spaces for my community. So yeah, but hopefully I will to wrap up my answer. Like I do hope that I do get to Ian I do get to work with Yan in the future, but it might be in a different way, not in the manner that you would expect, because we're having trouble with that kind of stuff, you know. And I'm learning to find my voice and speak up about these kind of things, to make safer spaces for like all the actors who would come after me, you know, who have such great intention, who are vulnerable, who want to make it in this industry, because these kids would like jump on every opportunity to make it, you know, to be heard, to be seen by people. So hopefully in doing so, you know, and by holding the door open for those who would come before me, you know, they could enter more easily and safely without the deterrence that I'd experienced. So there.
Yeah, we've talked a lot on here before about how the BL industry, and honestly the entertainment industry as a whole, likes to take advantage of the young actors who are coming in. So I think having someone who is open about their experiences and has spoken up, I honestly do think, and it's important for the fans to know about this kind of stuff too, so they're not just blindly supporting every production that comes out.
I know, girl.
I can tell you, you know, I'm sure it wasn't easy, but it's definitely made a world of difference, I think, for people.
Thank you, Alexa. That means a lot.
To switch into a totally different side of the conversation, talking a bit more about. Sorry to just like jump.
I'm sorry your
so-
cat died. Anyway, let's talk about.
Oh my
anyway,
God.
let's talk about what you want to have for dinner. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We did get some questions about like GSP and filming the show, and a lot of people want to know about the scene in episode 7 between Judy and Karl, where she's kind of pushing him to admit his feelings and come out before he's ready. Was that scene hard for you to film?
Not really. It was so easy to, because you've seen it everywhere. You see it everywhere, so you have you see it every day in people who are afraid to come out. So it wasn't that hard. There were a lot of harder experiences shooting Gaya Sa Pelikula, the scenes themselves and other things. But that scene was kind of easy, especially because of the performance that Ate Judith gave. Like Yen Yen, phenomenal actress, I tell you. So she's been very helpful in like helping me get to where Karl's emotional journey should be at that point. So yeah, it was fairly easy and cathartic even to just release all that pent up frustration and emotions and to share that aspect of coming out, or sometimes forcibly so, by your friends. I too admit that like when I was in first year high school, like I would just tell my friends like because I was openly gay back then already with 2 of my friends, and now my best friend, one of my closest best friends, looking back, I think that I did her wrong by like telling her hey, why don't you just come out, so like you wouldn't be so afraid to go out with us to lunch, because we know you want to go with us. You want to go have lunch with us, girl, and just tell everyone about it. The reason why you're coming out with us is because we all sit in the same table, but then it's not helpful. It's and you need to educate young kids about that, because that's about the same age that's about the age they start making, like, forming concepts of gender and other things. So yeah, I'd personally apologize to her, and now we're on we're on healthy relationships, and hopefully it gets better after we've healed very some time long ago, but the lesson still remains, and just because you learn from something doesn't mean that other people have to experience the same thing. So you gotta change. You gotta change it. Change it up. Like something 10 years ago shouldn't be the same status quo 10 years later, because we're all global warming. I mean, we still keep on I don't know. Still keep doing the same thing.
Supporting is different from pushing. So I do think I get it that people are confused, that they think they can push and think that is supporting, but yeah, you should just let people know you support them no matter what and not push for it. It's yeah.
Do you have a favorite scene that you filmed in GSP, or a favorite moment from the series?
I don't think it made the final cut. But yeah, I do have a favorite scene. I don't think it made the final cut. It's on episode 6, I think, when Ian or Vlad left the building, and I tried to half-assed, it was half-assed attempt to get Vlad to come back to the apartment. So and I really liked it because Karl really tried to be brave, and that's one of the qualities that I relate to in Karl, where he tries to be brave, and he tries to be brave a lot of times, A lot of times he also fails. So, but he tries regardless. So, yeah, that's what I really like. But then of the things that you've seen, probably, if I were to pick just one, I'll choose the table scene. The table scene, the slow-mo, like,
Right.
Yeah.
like the hundreds of frames per second thing, where we just, I know, showed everyone out of the door and had time for ourselves.
Yeah,
I really like that
imagining what it could be.
Because if GSP could be summed up into just one scene, I guess that would be it. Na parang, like, sorry, I keep code switching.
No,
like,
you're fine.
Like, this is what it should be, girl. Like, if y'all asses weren't homophobic, this is what could be happening. Yeah. This is what we could be having. This is what you're missing out on. That's what's important to tell your homophobic friends. This is the fun that you're missing out on.
Definitely.
That scene was very, very beautiful, but also very emotional, because knowing it was only what they imagined and something they didn't see actually being able to happen.
Yeah, girl. Sadness.
So you've talked about previously about the responsibility you feel as a member of the LGBTQ plus community when it comes to portraying Karl and his story. Are there any queer actors or stories that stick out as having had a huge impact on you when you were growing up?
Oh dear. Oh yeah. In the Philippines, not so much, but I've seen Love of Zion.
Ooh,
have you seen that show?
Yes.
It's with Mario.
Yes.
Mario, oh my gosh, Mario. So handsome. Okay. I've also seen. What else have I seen? I've seen. Well, you guys have seen Brokeback. I mean, like that's like a textbook.
Yes, that's
coming out.
The classic.
And then the light novels in Japan. You know, the yaoi.
Yeah.
Like the light novels in Japan, although that's where BL came from, right? Where they had these
the OG.
Like the OG, where you have this pursuer and the receiver, the tsundere and the dandere, and then and everyone who is a straight working class female is gonna be the villain. As in, it's all the same thing. It's like look at Judith, girl. Straight working class female.
That's the BL. That's the BL blueprint right there.
Yeah. That's the blueprint, girl. So that was like my Karl in training. I was Karl in training, girl, you know, watching those, reading those light novels. It was fun. But in the Philippines, not so much. Aside from the hypersexualized indie films where they get to have like a sex scene every 10 minutes or so.
So do you ever feel like pressure as a queer actor when considering the types of roles or projects you're taking on, knowing that you have to represent the community in that way?
Definitely. I am itching to get a straight role. You know, because like it's always the other way. It's always the other way around, where like the straight guys get to do gay roles. I mean, like, girl, we pretend to be straight every day. We got this in the bag.
Like, we know what we're doing.
Yeah, we know what we're doing, girl. I mean, like, and y'all would just be doing this for 3 months in the preparation for any series that you'd have to like gender bend.
I got my whole life training for this.
I got my whole life training for this. Y'all give me those gigs. So, I'm just waiting for that. But I don't mind. I don't mind getting another BL. I hope. Actually, I am in the process of. But hopefully it's not in the BL genre anymore. Hopefully it gets classified as something that doesn't have to do anything with gender, like romance comedy. Because BL is based on gender, and hopefully, and BL in itself is problematic. It's just the tip of the iceberg. So hopefully, I get to evolve. I become part of it. Changing narrative and like evolving this discussion for us to go deeper from the tip of the iceberg to underneath diba? And bring it back to Antarctica and the Arctic so that we could save the turtles and the polar bears, you know? The iceberg, we push it back, girl.
Yes.
You know? Let's push the icebergs
Destroy
back.
that iceberg.
Yeah, and save Leonardo and and Kate Winslet from having
We
to
can
pick
save
who.
them.
Yeah, right. We can save Leonardo and Kate Winslet from having to choose like who gets to stay in the door, you know, on the floating door, girl.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So that kind of bleeds into our next question, asking if there's any type of roles that you'd like to do in the future, like in terms of acting, like playing a straight character. Is there any specific like genre or type of character that you'd like to play?
I'd love to be fun. I'd like to portray a character actor, hopefully. Someone with a twisted mind and a playful heart. I think that I could go far with that kind of role. I think I'm funny, hopefully.
Yes.
Praying to God.
Confirm.
Can't confirm. I like to do the challenging roles like comedy, and any vehicle for me to be further seen and for narratives to be pushed forward even more. I would love for another role where I'm not very specific about the genre, or even the language of the film. Like, make me do nonverbal. Like, let's do the artist and be quiet for the entire duration of the film. But you know, like, I just want to do something that's. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. I just want to do something that's. I don't know, but I just hope that I do whatever project I take adds value. I just want it to be value adding. I'm not very particular about the genre, the role itself, whether I'm the lead or have like a 20-second exposure. I'd like for it to be value adding and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but if we're gonna pick just one role probably dream role, something that a mix between what Johnny Depp and Al Pacino had done, like very Academy Award winning, but very fun character. Yeah, so
that kind of
very
Jack Sparrow,
like Jack Sparrow, or the demon from the Barber, whatever. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Demon Barber from Fleet Street.
Yeah. Yes.
Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was fun.
I'm here for it. I love
Johnny
Depp. I would love seeing you in such a role.
I would love for them to not recognize me. Like, oh, that was Paolo.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
we're so
it was she.
That they're like, oh, damn.
Yeah, like it was he, it was she, it was they. What? you know?
That would be awesome.
Right.
So jumping into a little bit different question. Who is your favorite Genshin Impact character?
Love Genshin podcast. Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Before I answer, I want to hear yours. Okay. Do any of you guys play
Pixie?
Genshin?
Yeah.
Plays.
Yeah,
Pixie play.
It's been a while since I played it, but my favorite was what's his name? It starts with Kaya.
Kaya.
Yeah, Kaya. Yeah.
Oh, he's hot. Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah.
I think he and D-Luke are getting it on together. Okay. Anyway, my favorite is Zhongli. He's like the god of stone. You know, not stoners. Okay, stone, not to be confused with stone. I mean, it's gonna be in the stone. The god for stoners is in the next region for Dendro. Okay, so but then he's the god of contracts. He's kind of stiff. He's the oldest of the gods. Oh my god, I could go on forever about this. And then he summons these rocks, and then his ultimate throws down a meteorite to his opponents, and then and he is the god of a region called Liyue. It's inspired in it's inspired by Chinese architecture language and stuff. So all of them are Chinese. It's an open world game. I don't know how to I've been trying to make a Twitch account, but that's not where strengths lie. Okay. That's not one of my strengths, signing up, logging in, not one of my strengths. Probably acting, but not those. But I've been trying to set up a Twitch account so that I could, just talk put endless hours just talking about the games that I play. But then Zhongli Ultimate, like he's the best support in the game. He does these amazing shields, but he's just so hot. He's the god of contracts. He's the god of money. Girl, we gotta sign those contracts and get that dough, girl. So that's why I love him a lot. So yeah.
And what's your favorite?
She's turning red. Are you okay, girl? You're turning red.
She turns red very easily.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your Genshin ship?
Ship, yes.
Genshin ship. Zhongli and Pao. I'm just kidding. What is your Genshin ship? I don't know. Like I ship everyone. Like Diluc and Gaya. Probably Diluc and Gaya.
Mm-hmm. So, what day of your life would you like to relive the most? That's a deep one.
These questions are
it's
very up and down.
We're gonna do a roller coaster here, so it's fine.
Channel the tears.
The day in my life I like to relive the most. The shift, girl. No, the day in my life that I would love to relive the most is probably the day I got accepted into uni. Probably.
Yes.
The day I got accepted to University of the Philippines, because that was like a dream that I wanted, because I prayed for it a lot. I stayed up late a lot. I trained a lot. I broke my arm. I broke my arm just once, not a lot. Not a lot. Just once.
Once is enough.
Once is enough. That's a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort. I mean, I broke my arm because I wanted to audition like a nice tumbling pass for the pep squad, for the cheering team. So I really worked hard for it, and that's when I started to just tell myself that one day I'll be a champion. It doesn't matter whatever way, shape, or form. I'm gonna make it, girl. And I want to relive that day and just to relive that day every day of my life, to just go for it. Seek out the greener pastures in life. Yeah. And help people out in the process. Do something good in the world. And make your mama proud. That's what we want to do at the end of the day. Make our mothers proud.
Yes,
Definitely. Yes. And what makes you smile and what scares you the most?
Okay, what makes me smile? The Love BL pod. Oh, just kidding.
Thanks. We'll take it. We'll just clip that out of context and be like,
that and what makes me smile the most? Kids, kids, animals. My cat. Where is she? Where's
Beyonce?
My cat? Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
Here. Getting a guest appearance from Beyonce.
Yeah.
So, who is your celebrity crush?
Locally, or it's Piolo Pascual. It's gotta be Piolo, like guys. If you're in the Philippines, it's gotta be Piolo Pascual, and then Piolo Pascual and Chongdi. And Chongdi. For the girls, it's gotta be Charlie Dizon. Yeah. But I'm gay, girls. Okay. Overseas, it's gotta be Zach, right?
Zac Efron.
It's gotta be Zach Efron, and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah, that's a good Hemsworth.
Oh! Who's this guy who played in the Danish Girl? Played Marius and Les Mis.
Oh, what's his name? Eddie Redmayne. There we go.
Yeah. Eddie Redmayne. Yeah.
Oh yes,
I was blanking on it for a second.
Yeah, me too. Like, how could we forget Eddie Redmayne? I mean, like,
so
yeah,
sorry if you're watching this.
Isn't he in like the Fantastical Beasts Harry Potter thing?
He's the one who played.
If you had said that, I would have known right away.
Yeah, he's the one who played.
Such a Harry Potter geek.
Oh gosh, you are!
Yeah, don't you see? I've got merch all over.
No, I thought they were like
my
something.
My whole shelf back there is just Harry Potter.
Oh my god, let's have a podcast about it. I want another episode. I need that.
Just for Harry Potter.
Just for Harry Potter,
yes.
girl. I've read the seventh book like 17 times, girl.
Oh, me too. I'm re-listening the audiobook when for Stephen Fry. I love him talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Having a moment.
We're bonding. So some of your friends said that in the past you've choreographed. Thank you. Some girl group choreo and dance routines.
God! No! No, that's when I put on a wig.
They're bringing it out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they want me to show the picture of me like wearing a wig, and I'm not gonna do it, girl, because that was like a cheap wig. That was like a $5 wig. I'm not gonna show any photo of me like wearing a $5 wig. I'm gonna show a photo of me wearing a $25 wig. Because they ain't paid drag.
Expensive wigs.
So they realize how expensive it is to make ourselves pretty, girl. But yeah, I did. It was for my sister and my friends, my girlfriends in high school. I was just a choreographer for a while, but then my best friend decided she didn't want to do it like an hour prior to like us getting on stage.
Wow.
So y'all, we gotta put on the wig and get my drag, and it was an all girls thing. So, and I was 14 years old. So they just put in, you know, like TP, there, you know. And we decided, and we tried to make it work, but they decided to ask me for the interview, so we got clocked, you know. I mean, we got passed through the stage where like everyone was like enjoying, having fun, because this all-girl group is doing it, is killing it, and then they decided to ask a homosexual 14-year-old guy to answer the freaking interview. So we got clocked. We got disqualified.
Oh, no.
I hate that.
Oh my god. But I love the dedication of just like doing it. Just like, okay, we need an extra person. Just put the game guy in there.
We need an extra person. Okay, let's get that $5 wig from Party City, girl.
Not Party City.
Not Party City.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, Jesus. That was so bad. We're still friends. We're still friends.
Do you have any plans of singing and performing in the future?
Singing? Have you seen me sing? I sang once for a show, and it turned into a comedy. It turned into a comedy gig because my voice kept cracking at like every line. I said everyone was laughing that we got a standing ovation from the judges. They said it was the hardest thing that they'd seen to judge. I mean they cut it out because they want people to take the show seriously, and they want people to go on the show because they know how to sing. But then they cut it out. But they had such a great time. But I guess I'm never gonna do that again. I did that because it was for an advocacy. It was for Love Yourself, an LGBTQIA organization that promotes HIV awareness. They give out free testing kits to the LGBTQIA vaccination, you know. Nice. So I did that for them, and we got a little bit over $1,000 because of my participation in the show. So
that's awesome. It was worth it.
I'd only do it for an advocacy, girl, but never. But yeah, I'm not singing in front of a mic unless I'm paid and it's for something good, you know. I don't know. They keep on asking me to sing, but I'd prefer I lip sync, you know, so I could do some reveals, you know.
Yep.
You know,
no, I get it.
Or
As a
if
person
they
who can't
auto
sing,
tune it
I
like
understand.
3 times, you know, if they auto tune it once and then auto tune the auto tune thing and then auto tune it again, probably. Yeah, now we're talking, girl. She's turning red. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's my complexion.
It's because she's white. It's fine.
Okay.
I have 2 colors, white or red. It's just
okay.
It's
okay.
Yes. Who is your favorite singer musician?
Oh, favorite singer. It's gotta be Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Lady Gaga. I love recently I've been so obsessed with Wildest Dreams. I don't know why. It's been released 2015. But I have to play it at every photo shoot. Wildest Dreams by Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift a lot. I love 1989. That's my favorite album.
Good album.
That's the year I was born in.
Word.
Yes.
Come through. 33. What's your sign? What's your sign, girl? What's your sign?
Cancer?
Oh, Cancer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor Swift. But here in the Philippines, it's gotta be Regine Velasquez. She's like called the Asian songbird. Yeah, it's she who I take after. You know. Sing.
So you get your beautiful vocals from.
Yeah. I'm like the Asia's crow. You know, Asia's
crow.
Asia's duck. Asia's quacking duck. Or something.
Oh my god.
Asia's strangled goose or something. Asia's just recently captured turkey or something. I don't know. Asia's Thanksgiving turkey.
Turkey about to get slaughtered. Oh my god.
That's amazing.
You're losing it. Everyone's losing it. Y'all didn't expect this, did ya?
No.
Everyone's sweating.
I love it.
I don't think I've laughed this much in an interview.
Yeah, honestly, my cheeks are hurting. This is what we love, though.
Oh, seriously. So, we've asked these questions to our previous guests before because it's we get a lot of fun answers. If you could create your dream queer series or film, what would the plot be?
Okay, imagine this. You're in uni. Not pandemic. No pan de Manila. No pan. No pan.
Panoramic.
No panoramic. No pan de coco. Just in class with and you see your crush, and it's a writing class. And you got grouped into groups of 4, and it just so happens that there's a love triangle in that group.
Oh.
And the writing exercise that the teacher had assigned is to take turns into writing a story, 1 paragraph at a time. So one person gets to write 1 paragraph and then sends it to the group mate, and then he writes the next paragraph, and then the next group gets to write the next paragraph. And then they all decided in one story, okay, we're gonna do a crime story. But in the process, these three harlots, these three thirsty gay ass classmates decided that they were going to reveal that they loved the person of interest, the one who's going to write next. So the story gets all discombobulated, confused, and then the only people who get the story are the ones who are involved in the love triangle. And this leader, hopefully a girl who's studious, who wants to get the grade, is so frustrated because these three keep deviating. Yeah, these gays keep deviating from the storyline. Right, so they keep on taking turns, and this when it comes to the smart academic girl, she gets like, oh my god, what's this? Look at what I have to work with, and then it's only later that she realizes that these people are confessing. These are love letters to the one who's next.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
the drama.
So it's just gonna span one semester in college. And then
writing of the love letters.
Yeah, it's just the writing of the love letters. So they have their own agenda, which makes the writing so ugly. And then it's this girl. It's just so funny because she's struggling so hard to like make her good. And then everyone just
turn it into a real story.
Yeah, and then everyone just wants to get it, you know, like all the three are just asking for it, and then like she's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with these three trashy paragraphs, you know? But then the other three are just so enamored, they're so enthralled, and they're so excited to receive the updates from the, you know, just to know how they respond to, you know, the advances of,
oh my god,
the pursuer.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
yep. When this podcast becomes like huge and we get like lots of money, we're gonna start LoveCast production.
We can fund your story.
Do you like it? It was just
yes, actually, that sounds amazing.
It sounds like it would be so funny.
So creative.
The drama.
Yes. Love it.
Leave it to the gays to try and confess their love triangle shenanigans in a letter.
There's something very gay about letter writing in the 21st
the
century.
inherent homoeroticism of writing love letters.
Like, and it's nice because we think we live in a digital world. So if people get to write it, it seems that, you know, it's like
it's the romance.
Yeah, they get to experience, like millennials getting to experience writing love letters by hand.
I love it.
You know,
it reminds me of like every period piece movie with like a forbidden love.
The yearning.
Where they're writing each other letters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to get into our final questions, do you have any projects that you are currently working on that you could tell us about?
Promo.
Okay, I could tell you about we're working on me getting into it because I was taken out of the drag show, and I was put back in, and I've been taken out of the drag show, and now I'm finally back in. Let's see how it goes in the next couple of days, because I'm in medical school, so we're trying to fix our schedules, you know. So hopefully there's that. I'm gonna get my YouTube run in, so follow me. Yeah, it's gonna be Paolo Pangilinan by Pao Pangs. If it's not Pao Pangs, I didn't want you to see it. And then a lot of things that I'm gonna be hopefully Pao Pangs flying somewhere and doing stuff there. The Big Apple, hopefully.
Nice.
You know, and a lot of nice stuff. But I'm gonna hopefully in the process of actually just removing myself from something that you guys are probably familiar with. Okay, starts with I'm not gonna say the letter. Well, anyway, but yeah, a lot of things in mind. That's the only thing I could probably announce for now. It's gonna be, you can watch out for my YouTube. I'm gonna be on Instagram a lot, still posting yung mga Filipino designers, and hopefully 2022 we're gonna see more of Pao Pangs, and and we're gonna make content on medicine. Yeah, nice. Hope you guys like it. Oh, also writing a paper. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's participated in my study.
Nice.
The chemsex study. Thank you so much. Hopefully, I still get to write about it. And thank you all. And for those who will participate in my next studies and papers and stuff, I hope, you take it into consideration because, you got to write.
Nice. Got to get you that degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck with med school and this drag performance that's coming up.
Yeah. And some acting gigs here and there.
Yeah.
Hope you guys see me.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
Your fan club, yes, it's so good to see. So your fan clubs have been so wonderful and kind since we announced we'd be having this interview, and they've been just telling us how much they love you. So is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Okay, I'll say this in Filipino so it's more sincere. Yun, lahat kayo, maraming salamat. Hindi ko kayo nakakalimutan. Kahit anong mangyari, yun, BL man o hindi, nakita ko pagmamahal niyo, suporta niyo. And I'm going to try to give it back in the best way I can. Thank you so much. I love you all. And hopefully I could get to see you all soon. Personally, not through Zoom. Yeah, and I'll see everyone. I'll read all of your messages still, and hopefully I could still, get to chat with you guys. And I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. I love you.
Do you have any messages for like overseas fans?
Oh, definitely. Especially for the ones I get to chat regularly with, and the ones that had sent stuff. And to the ones that have sent sweet messages, or to the ones that just that followed, that liked, subscribed, commented, appreciated, silent supporters, those that have seen it and would like to telepathically say that they liked it.
Send their love.
Send their love, not on social media or anywhere. I just want to say that you hope I will do my best in continuing to push forward the narratives. I will not stop here. Hopefully, Gaya Sa Pelikula is not my best work. I will not stop there. I will keep on continuing to become someone that you will all be proud of. I'm so happy that I have this opportunity and I get to share it with you guys. And I'm flying, so if y'all are there, let's have a lunch. Finally, I'll get to treat you guys.
We're not that far from me and Kayla aren't that far from New York, so if you're coming to New York, we can make it work.
Yeah, I still haven't booked the ticket because I'm still trying to fix some stuff here in the Philippines. I'm still trying to take myself away from some shows that are like prom, So yeah, I'm still trying to let myself go of the past girl. So
yeah, takes time.
Okay, well, that's it for our episode this week. Thank you so much for joining us today, Paolo. This has been such a dream come true talking to you, and we've had so much fun. So if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all at LoveCast Podcast, where we love to interact with everyone. We're also pretty active on our Discord server, which was previously exclusive to Patreon members, but we're opening up a couple of channels for the public. So if you want to join the Lovecaster community, please come and join us. And lastly, we're about sharing the love here on LoveCast. So if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your BL-loving friends. And until next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.
Bye. Bye-bye.